I don't want to waste your time, so there won't be an intro. For the past few months, I've been kind of neglecting LATAM a bit, but I do want to change that, which is why I decided to review MIBR versus NIP. And even in a short game like that, we could already see some pretty interesting regional differences. As always, if you're watching this within the first few hours after release, then you can see me live on Twitch right now. Link is in the description. You doing SSG Oxygen? Not today. Today I want to focus on learning something about LATAM. Because I've been literally, I haven't watched a single LATAM game this season, and also past season to be perfectly honest. So I do want to see how LATAM plays the game. Hoping for some cool, unorthodox stuff that we don't see in EU or NA. Looking forward to that. Infamous MIBR SSG Mirror basement roam. Oh no. A roam? An SSG type of roam with Mirror.
They're going to be keen, you know, they saw those.
That could be a interesting, right? Because like sometimes it's going to be like a 3v3 in the end, and then it's difficult to really use the mirror windows, and then the mirror windows might become a liability because there are extra angles open into sight that you can't play potentially.
We have got the SSG defense that we talk about so often. We've got the mute, the Mossy, we've got combo there, the information denial. He's going to try to.
Did I miss the poll? Yes, you did. Although it wasn't much of a poll, I ended up deciding on my own. R versus NIP. Quickly update stream title. Caught you like you said in the YouTube video. Nice to see you. See you here. Okay. So let's look at where this SSG type of bomb is going. I think the most common way is clearing west to east. So gym side towards cache side. That's what, for example, Dark Zero is doing, that's what SSG is doing, that's what I think Sonics are doing.
They're going about things in a slightly different way than we might.
This is not what's going on here though.
Icy to start us off.
I also have an entire video dedicated to this. Where I go like in depth about what this whole ROM is about. This is new. Is this? What's the idea here? You have like only one hot tub wall reinforced and then only one bathroom wall reinforced. Shouldn't the mirror window be on the other side though? Like shouldn't the mirror window be like here? But you can't, like you don't wanna be behind the mirror window right now with this big wall open here on the left side, no?
Given the opportunity to do so, Pino with a quick peek as well. Gonna get that down, so of course the Xpyrus charges can break its way through that mirror window, or at the very least.
Okay, I'm certainly seeing things that I haven't seen before, that's for sure. Not quite sure if they are good, but
no casualties yet. NIP just doing a lot of groundwork.
Oh, they're also using the motion detectors. I like that. Also, it seems like MIBR is not playing it the way you usually play it, where usually your idea here is to fall back as a defender. Usually you just want to waste time, you want to fall back. Oh, they don't know that. Oh, this could be. Cameraman could be solo carrying this round right now. They don't know that Mute is here. Trigger discipline? Did he just not see her, or was that like some kind of insane trigger discipline? Okay, he did see her.
I was just wondering why Cameraman had left Pino just in his drone there. I think he was just playing with a bit of trigger discipline there. He knew that the man was not going to dive out, but
I guess it's working. 1 minute left. Yeah, usually your idea here is to fall back and not go for fights. It's pretty much the opposite of what MIBR is doing here. Not saying it's bad or anything, I'm just saying it's different. Yeah, and this is kind of what I was talking about. Now you only have 3 people on site, and now it could be sometimes awkward to play around the church mirror window.
We've got Julio on the Maverick, he's raced down and he's looking to get himself access.
Especially if you're also worried about Moto.
Make sure he's not being challenged. 20 seconds left to go as NIP start to push them in.
Pretty sure they don't even have anyone playing the church mirror right now.
But they're gonna have to start getting kills. 13 seconds.
They wait, yeah, right? Like this mirror is right, like this is working in the attacker's favor. Like they can clear church for free.
Late round with the first kill. This is
It looks like MIBR managed to waste enough time here to
one is left and will be shut down. No, he still continues.
wasted enough time on the roam for it to not matter anymore.
Great example of why that top floor roam is so successful.
Was Hibana not dead? I mean, yeah, I guess if you can't play behind the mirror, then you also can't peek Hibana.
It felt like they were paying off with the round that they were playing there. It was going well.
What would you think if Hibana pellets were invincible? I wouldn't like that.
Bit by bit, it starts to crumble.
I like impact tricks. I like impact tricks and I like counterplay in general.
That's what it comes down to.
I wouldn't like invincible Hibana pellets.
Cameraman lurking, hiding in the showers, comes out dripping with swag as he swings onto the frag and picks up an opening round overall for the defensive side of MIBR.
Is there any update on the post-streaming you were talking about on Twitter? I've sent a few messages to Faceit and Ubisoft people. I haven't gotten a reply. So yeah, I don't know. Certainly going to wait for a bit longer to get some give people a chance to reply. I'm not quite sure if I'm just like maybe do I just do it if no one replies? I don't know. Typically don't like risking stuff like that.
As it is because they really have been impressing so far, and as I say, our opportunity to see them has been a little bit limited up to this point, and as time goes on, we're hoping that form sticks with them because it's always nice to see new names.
The real question is, when will Ace get nerfed? Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I don't think anyone knows. Aha, now we see this. What I was talking about. Can we, by the way, can we please go overview in the prep phase? That would be kind of cool, not gonna lie.
Because it keeps things fresh, it keeps people innovating and having to improve. It keeps people like NIP on their toes. If
I do want, right? You saw the shield already?
Maybe previously
this was a good frame.
Like NIP on their toes if they are getting given games by teams who.
How do you play this shield? You have these two reinforced. I guess you can even impact trick those. Have them K charged. But yeah, like, can you really deny this breach? Like, this whole setup, right, just falls apart with office wall being breached. Can you really deny that?
What a message they've just sent. And for me,
I guess with Thatcher ban.
It just sums up the style. They just sort of
yeah, but you can Maverick that open.
They pull it off.
Big.
Oh, they're damn good, dude. Like,
I wanna see how this plays out. I'm not quite sure about that yet.
It's not all aggression. It's not all strategy. There's a nice evenly split mix between the two now. Their defensive sides are looking way better.
Okay, so it looks like NIP is taking master side first.
M King feels like he's starting to come into
I think usually
well, and you've got the consistency of these two big guns inside.
I guess that just happens sometimes. That was kind of a Joe play.
Literally the terror from the public school era as he pishes out with the initial frag onto Psycho, Tim.
Oh, don't tell me he manages to hide here. That would be tragic. I wonder if Maverick was opening CC bot at the start. I think that would make a lot of sense.
Pretty much play for trades going forward as well.
And defenders are actively contesting this, right? Like with Jaeger on main stairs and like Smoke construction, Valk in like, bathroom, and it makes sense, right? Like reinforcing off double office allows the construction player to kind of help here. And then you got like this kind of crossfire.
There is always, of course, the counter.
Sounds interesting.
The IGL to begin with, and that now means that Psycho can sit and
but I think like a lot of it came down to killing the guy on hot tub, right? Like if the hot tub player manages to survive, playing it like this would be a lot more difficult. Okay. He gets two. That's crazy. Probably already lost, right? Yeah. Okay.
Find ourselves now 4 versus 1. It's all down to this.
Certainly interesting idea here.
Human Uzi, can he come in and can he slay on the server like we've seen him do before? He's looking out to the window. He knows he's got one on the garage catwalk. Plus a few warning shots across the bow, but There is absolutely.
What are your thoughts on the Hibana rework coming soon? I haven't seen anything about that.
MIBR, they're just looking for any opportunity they can to slay, and Cyber, he comes out with supreme confidence.
Can't that Kate get shot from the window?
And that's going to be another round in the books.
Probably not, actually. Like there is like a there's a good bit of like sheet metal that goes here. I'd assume that they checked that.
Moments as well, right? Just running away with things with the initial frag that he found. This is great to witness. One of the scary factors coming into a game like this for me, Tim, is I look at it and I'm starting to shape.
Don't understand how pros are always complaining about not having enough utility on attack and needing too much time to clear all of the defense. Now Ace comes along, who helps immensely with speeding up your attack, and now he should get nerfed. What do they actually want? Lul.
Absolutely take them to the wire, Tim. They're out for blood tonight, and that is what it needs to be. That's how you have to play a game like Siege.
Does Ace really speed up attacks that much?
No, there's a reason.
In what way? Because I don't think so. Like Ace is right. Like sure, like Ace replaces a heart breacher, and Ace is arguably better than Hibana.
You know, I don't know them well enough. That's a guess.
I wouldn't say that he really speeds up the game.
The reason that I say that is your top fraggers tend to be. They're the ones that want to be.
So I think, and you know, if people consider Ace OP, you can complain about both things at the same time, and not be logically inconsistent. What's up, Distro4? Almost done doing a Zoom class. So all I can do right now is watch this while hearing Zoom class. 200 IQ play, yeah, certainly.
Another level than we've seen from other teams, to be fair, in stage 1 particularly, and it was to their detriment.
Insane way of not learning anything in your class. Gotta really commend you for that one.
That's not a team that's going to come in and be afraid of anybody.
Okay, so how does LATAM play their gym defense? They're reinforcing, like, they're reinforcing far. Usually you reinforce close, you reinforce cache walls and don't contest CC. It looks like MIBR is contesting CC even on a gym defense. Usually the reason you don't is that it's very easy to clear CC. There's another Joe play. There are a lot of Joes in this game. Did he have info? He could have had info, so maybe not a Joe play. No, I like this angle actually. I think you can get. Ooh, they're actually doing both. They're reinforcing like far and close. CC is also reinforced. How did they get that many walls? Are you supposed to have that many?
Oh, it's crazy. The level of aggression that's coming out of MIBR.
I guess if you don't do any in cache stairs to cache, then you can pull it off.
The poll, it's not looking good for him. 21% of the vote, 77 in favor of NIP. Right now, the NIP fans are probably licking their wounds, feeling a bit rough.
Is this just hot tub only from NIP, or is there something I missed?
It's literally what we saw coming out of Cameraman's mouth yesterday, where he was saying you have.
This looks like hot tub only, which is actually fine in my opinion. Well, maybe it's the Sky's play of walking up main stairs.
Oh, they're absolutely wild at the minute, and
I think Valk is ready though, or Melusi. Oh, actually Melusi is everything but ready. Because I actually like in this situation, right? Just walk up main stairs, and then yeah, I like it, right? Like combine this with walking up main stairs, and then like crouch walk up hallway. Then you can trade your way into this. Maybe even have a guy on office hatch. I like this actually. I think this is a good way to play the 3v4. Always good to just crouch walk up that hallway. But very easy to kill the master bedroom player by doing that.
Now there's a long angle being held by Julio onto the CCTV window, but with that area not being cleared out, that could be another potential threat for NIP as the clock.
I think you want to apply some more pressure on office here maybe, and then just like flood the site.
And CCTV, they're just going to have to work.
That's usually risky. Okay.
Psycho shut down by Cyber once again. He's having a big day so far, and if that continues,
yeah, I feel like you can't really like go for plans here. I feel like you gotta find some kills.
Down 4 versus 3, 27 seconds.
Right, like in this situation, right? Like mute wants to be here, right? But then you play office hatch and annoy him. And that allows your hallway player to walk into master.
The absence starting to come out into this round as damage has been done.
I feel like they kind of struggled a lot by losing Hibana, right? Because like a lot of the time your plan after getting hot tub open is to get bathroom open with Hibana. Maybe they kind of got screwed over by not having Hibana. Yeah, this is lost, right? Okay, yeah. About to say. I love LATAM because you get that sense of good strategy with a lot of aggression most of the time.
This game is so exciting.
Let's
so
see
far.
about that.
I'm on the edge of my seat already. MIBR taking a commanding lead 3-0, but that round just going back and forward, just trading that momentum every 30 seconds. It seems like the other team can come out and win it. It's MIBR get themselves in front, get themselves that opener. Cyber having a great day on the entry so far. It's worth mentioning, and that's no surprise. As I said, coming into this, he has got big
Joe Navi? Yeah, that Joe. I'm actually getting like I'm getting mad triggered by watching Joe play, honestly. Like I'm so happy every time Joe dies making these kind of plays. Just it's the highlight of my day seeing Joe die like that.
2 already inside of 3 rounds, so 17 total now, Jackie. Cyber is...
At first I was worried about the Maverick buff being a brainless buff, but instead I have to do a lot of torching with the buff. Do you agree with the buff for the Heartbreach economy?
I think that's a fair statement. Especially like
no.
stage 2 isolated alone, right?
I think
some of the best we've seen by far. He's been playing so well.
I mean, I guess yeah, like there are fringe situations where you really want to use like 5 canisters.
I know we say it a lot, and it's definitely something that people should keep in mind.
But I think in the majority of cases, it's just a fail-safe for Maverick if he screws up, which I dislike.
If you play with confidence, you've already won. That's one of the biggest helping aspects you can possibly have. You go around a corner with the mentality that you are going to slay the guy that's round there. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to slay the guy that's round the corner. And Cyber lives and breathes that.
Joe fulfilling his expectations?
Supreme confidence.
Ooh, I mean,
just goes into that gunfight.
Navi is kind of struggling, right? So I'm not quite sure. I mean, they certainly knew what they were doing when they were bringing him on, so I guess he's fulfilling expectations.
On the reverse angles through the holes they're opening up with those Maverick blowtorches, got to be very careful. Cameraman already took.
Okay, so now we're back to the Mira SSG roam from MIBR. Last time NRP lost because they didn't drone out a master player. Was a mute last time though.
The big key factor was how long it took NIP to clear out those top floor roamers. They paid the price for doing so and lost a couple of men in the process as well.
The same setup again. Like what's up with this reinforcement? What's up with those reinforcements? Like that seems odd.
Comes in from the garage catwalk. Muzi, he's going to open things up with a kill onto M King. That is the Legion gone by the back.
I don't know about that one.
Good opening kill because those goo mines will not generate over time any longer. So it's
they're doing the same idea. They're playing the same idea again, right? Like they're pinching from both sides simultaneously. Very important to have a player on construction balcony. But Joe's back. So they really are fighting this. Okay, now he drops back. Interesting playstyle, right? I think, yeah. Again, like usually you play this for time, but like MIBR is actually fighting here. I wonder if this is like just a LATAM thing in general, or if this is solely MIBR. But now you get into the same problem again, right? Like you got mirror windows on site, but you won't be able to use them. And there are a bunch of holes in the site.
There's about 60 seconds left though. We'll see if NIP can recover anything from this one. If they can get themselves.
Joe is my spirit animal because he plays like a 10-man player and I'm a 10-man player.
You've still got your sledge, you've got your Maverick.
Yeah, I mean, you do you, right?
There's a lot of utility among those 3 operators to open up
you do you.
access points down towards this lower site. Give yourself.
And certainly see a lot of ranked players be like a lot of Ash Jaegermans be like, oh wait, I can do that. I'm ready for Pro League. This happens in all of my ranked games.
Just seeing if he can get any cheap peek into sight or not.
Because like now this is very awkward for Mira. Like in this situation, what you wanna do is you wanna be able to only focus on Moto. But because there's a like big ass hole in the wall, you also need to worry about Charge breach
Cyber looking
itself.
to hold things down. Titangle gets
Yeah, he
one.
doesn't get punished for
Souls
it.
gets himself a second to that doorway. Julio
You
moves
do
in,
technically
goes
need to
down
worry
to
about
1
that.
versus 1. 10 seconds left to do a go. Julio very, very low health. He's got about
Well, this is
10
actually
HP
attacker
left.
sided probably,
One
right?
bullet will end
Oh,
this, so
actually no.
potentially an impact. No, he
Castle.
Proof cameras doesn't have the impact nade. He's going to move in. He goes for the challenge and gets it. And just after the defuse,
I was thinking that maybe Maverick has enough time to get that down. He hadn't. He had not.
Wow. And people say that Castle doesn't always have his place. What a round he's played out there.
Both of them played that really nicely though in the 1v1 as well, right? Like, so Souls, obviously knowing if he comes off, he's lost the round. He goes for the little pre-fire around the corner on the initial push.
Only Navi could actually play attacks. Yeah, that was pretty sad to watch, honestly. I think that's true for a lot of EU teams. Like everyone is just rolling a dice, and like no one really has like a plan. No one has any structure to it. Everyone is just like, oh, let's go here maybe, and then maybe we get a kill, and I don't know. I don't like that kind of style.
When Julio's getting first contact off the back of that, there's a timeline there too.
Which is why I like SSG and Dark Zero so much. Because there you can always see the idea behind the attack.
Souls went quickly enough, but only just. Like you say, if he'd have waited another second to push through that door, and Julio's got
Rogue have a plan. They know who will win before the game even starts. Wow, that's some true 200 IQ. Maybe you could make some money doing that.
Sort of famously, no, not the strongest gun in the game. I think it's fair to say. Coming in there, that's a battle that you could easily lose.
Why is there a rotation hole between Arsenal Room and Arsenal Room hallway? If I put the rotation at another place. Back to that a second. Wait, which rotation do you mean? This is default, right? Is there another one? This is Armory Hall and Armory... this is Arsenal Room and Arsenal Room hallway? Wait, is there another one?
From him, 3k and the clutch at the end. Round he's played out there.
And that's pretty. Why is it default? Because you deny kitchen drop. Like you in practice you actually never deny kitchen drop, by the way. But you want to have that's a way for your church players to contribute against kitchen drops.
He actually did damage to the castle towards the end there. Souls was tagged for like,
and yeah, and you need to be able to like retake Arsenal against kitchen takes. You need the hole.
No two ways about it. Absolutely more than capable of doing it. It was just Souls. I think really it was down to.
Would you say the top NA teams have more structure than the top EU teams? Definitely, like 100%. Even the like non-top NA teams have more structure than the top EU teams. That's not necessarily saying that they're better, right? I'm just saying that they have more structure. Sadly, that's not synonymous with being better. That's how the game works. Okay, so maybe we can see the setup in an overview now. So I'm assuming this is still. So they are only they're only reinforcing one wall in cache to construction.
I think it is fair to say. Much later could have been
trouble, but I think this is really interesting. I think this might be interesting enough to make a video about.
It's not going well so far.
Like the super team mentality isn't as good as I expected. I mean, yeah, a lot of people got kind of baited into that, right? Like the success of Rogue, right? Like the initial success. After, like with Rogue bringing on Uno and Ori. Like that success baited a lot of teams, especially into the playstyle that they're running. And now they're paying the price.
Cyber 5-3, but his frags mean so much than what they revealed just by the statistics. The amount of entry.
Okay, so CC wall open.
Is crazy. It's so down.
Is this a rush?
In the grand scheme of the game, and for NIP, you can't afford
this is a rush. I like it. That again, very important to like for this rush, right? Was very important. You need someone to push. You need someone to push Garage Door. Because what you need to do is, the first thing you need to do on this rush is to kill the Rafters player. Because if you don't kill the Raptors player, you're always worried about someone in your back. First action here is to always kill the Raptor player. The way you do it is you peek garage door while running in. You will always get this kill, or like you will always trade 1-for-1 at least. Also very important is to jump in CC window here. Like Hibana should be jumping in CC window right now. That's usually a very good play. Alright, you go 1-for-1, okay. Kinda sad that they don't know. That's fine, it's fine. Oh, this is rough. What do you do now? Like, wait, who has the diffuser? And where is the diffuser? That's not correct, right? The diffuser. Actually, maybe this isn't like this. Probably this is not supposed to like win the round here with this rush, probably, right? Like this is a rush that's supposed to get garage control, and then they're playing default afterwards. Like they slow play it now. That would explain why the diffuser is with thermite.
This is all going wrong for Julio. He might fall here if he can't slap a gas mask on quickly enough. There's 2 minutes left on
That's
the
a
clock.
problem though.
Already,
Ace dying here.
from MIP going down. They got into the site. They've been able to knock M King onto his buttocks, Tim, but they can't clean up. They're now
Oh, is he going to get another kill?
Taking sustained damage.
M King's pulled his socks up and hit the boards. Will be finished off there as
Yeah, that's awkward to say the least.
Move them back to A4
Awkward to say the least. I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do here. Probably kills, right? Probably want to get at least one kill before you do anything else.
But one way or another, the cookie has started to crumble, and they're not in a terrible position at this point. We've got Pino holding an angle onto the window there. He knows there's a man in construction, looks for the challenge, but he's going to have to dip away from that fight. It's certainly not a...
Yeah, right, just get a nade kill here. Oh. Winnable. Never mind, not winnable anymore. Yeah, that was kind of rough, but I like the rush play actually. I think the rush is actually very underrated. I think the rush is, especially the rush to get like Raptors control with the intention of getting Raptors control. I like it quite a lot actually. I like it quite a lot actually. Like trading 1-for-1 to get Raptors control, right? Like that early into the round, like that's fine. That's totally fine.
But right now, there is only one person throwing any punches, and that is MIBR.
Oh mate, this is somewhat akin to the UFC that I stayed up until 6 AM to watch last night, Tim. All this build up.
What do you think about taking shield from Wama and give impacts? Take one disc and make them all available at spawn. Wait, so he has... That would mean that he has 5 available at spawn though, right? Like that's quite a bit. I think that's too much. I think I would actually buff Wama. But I can certainly see removing the shield for impacts. There's at least compensation then. I think Wama is actually kind of nice with impacts. Like having more impact operators, more accessible impact operators. I can see it. I mean, the issue is that super teams don't always work really well together and have the same synergy as naturally built teams. Yeah, that's certainly an issue. And I do also think that it's some kind of role assignment problem, right? Like, in a super team, you don't have anyone who wants to play support, and you end up with like weird-looking things such as Virtue on Thermite or Kali. I don't know, it's difficult. Difficult.
And that's the important thing to remember. I'm gonna discount round.
Let me quickly catch up on chat. Never thought of MIBR being incredibly good. How have they gone 5-0 already? Actually, I don't know. This is not a. This doesn't seem like 5-0. I feel like at least some of the rounds were pretty close. But MIBR got a lot of early kills. A lot of kills in the early game.
Round 5 when I say this, because round 5 was it was a little bit of a grasp. It was a reach from NIP. Let's just try and mix things up, and that's not a criticism. What they've been doing hasn't been working.
The Roker started with Corey stopping his team kills. Yeah, you can try to convince him of that yourself.
stylistically unusual. They've been coming in with the right attacking methods. They've been trying to clear it out. The point here is that MIB are winning this game. NIP
This is back to Jim, right?
They're just having it taken away from
The
them
last
by
round,
MIBR, and
last
that's
time we
positive.
saw Jim, the problem was that Ivana died like really early on.
Against Team 1.
And then the
They
entire round was
absolutely
cursed
took
already
it
at this
apart.
point.
NIP are playing well at the minute. MIBR are just playing better.
Oh, mate. They're just outplaying them to every single one of these rounds.
Okay. This isn't even like they only reinforced this one Raptors wall to deny the bullet hole angle here.
It is ridiculous.
So this is actually pretty default. Like that's how you would see it in EU or NA as well. Very nice to hold bottom cache stairs. I think this is I like this. Let's go back a few more seconds. Because what's really cool here is how much effort they're putting on holding bottom cache stairs. Like this Jaeger, right? Like as the Jaeger player, it's very awkward to worry about cache stairs, like bottom cache stairs. It's not a fun position. If you don't know what's going on bottom cache. But MIBR is actually putting like a surprising amount of effort in holding this, right? Like you've got Melusi here, below, in the corner.
They must be confident as well.
Melusi here in this corner, right? Protecting Jaeger. And then you also have Smoke in position to support Melusi, right? For example, against stock takes or against against stock or against main door. Right, and now Melusi only needs to worry about garage. That's kind of cool. This is something we don't see too often from EU and NA teams.
Finally, we see a little bit more from NIP. They get themselves an entry frag.
I like it though.
You shut down M King. That is the mute though. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay, he fell back. Oh, that was he was about to get a kill.
He'll still have all of that utility as long as he can stay alive into the late round. And Cyber just
cut back to me saying it's awkward to play this position against bottom cache stairs.
The man does not miss, does he?
I still stand by my statement.
Third of the head that he could see there, and he just absolutely decimated him at the bottom of cache stairs.
Okay, so now you get cache control. Very important to open hot tub, I think. Very much like that. Although I don't like the emission style of holes. I'm quite sure about those. I guess like remember one of the earlier rounds, right, where Smoke was able to clap two people through the Maverick holes.
Available to them in the late round, but once again, it seems to me, Jackie, that NIP are just falling back into maybe old ways that we saw in stage 1 now, where
I'm not quite sure. Okay, yeah, this looks pretty nice, right? You
into a position with
kill. You don't actually. I think you don't peek here. I think what you do here is you've got two players on hot tub, right? I think you would just go plant. You plant in gym. And the construction player makes sure that the bathroom player can't swing. Like you don't peek here. Because now you're kind of... Okay, there's another player over here, so this isn't lost. Ooh, now it's lost. Now it's certainly lost. I think they would have been better off using the fourth player. Like, they would have been better off sending the fourth player. I don't want to waste your time, so there won't be an intro. Protect against C4s. Pin rolls. Thank you very much for resubscribing. Thank you.
We didn't see exactly where it went down, but putting the Melusi to maximum use, and that is going to be a 6-0 car.
Already got a date for the next video. Looking forward to that one.
Oh mate, Bullet bringing the boom, taking them to Pound Town, just blowing up the bits there. And I tell you what, MIBR, they're looking nuclear right now. 6-0.
Who will you put as the top 4 teams in a hypothetical LAN if it were to happen today? Difficult to say because I don't know anything about LATAM. But if I can choose between only EU and NA teams, then BDS. And then probably SSG, Dark Zero, TSM. That's the kind of tournament that I'd like to see.
And you know what? He doesn't need to tell us anymore. We've seen it.
Because I'm really interested in that, right? Like you have like the very like loose and like non-strategic playstyle of BDS, and they like rely a lot of fragging, right? And I really want to see how it matches up against like the kind of more structured style of like Dark Zero SSG. Because like, you know, like there's a true risk that Shaiko just like runs over everyone, right? And then it doesn't really matter what kind of strats you play. But there's also the possibility that, you know, BTS just can't open a single wall because they struggle with the utility. And then BDS could get slapped. I'm really looking forward to this. I'd be really interested in seeing that. Reaper, I have a German class in 5 minutes and I haven't finished translating an assignment. Help. I'll give you 5 words translation for free. Or 1 sentence, however you want to choose. Gotta make it count though. I feel like you never really see these kind of nade kills.
Again, it's just like MIBR.
A lot of sense to get this kill, but rare to see that. What's this defense? Pretty default, right? Pretty default apart from a random mute in bar? Wait, how did he get there? The fuck did he get there?
Cyber right now is going absolutely off the chain here on Clubhouse. He is dominating 4 versus 3.
Okay, yeah, you get the kill in blue, you take blue control, makes a lot of sense. But with the blue control, what do you do now? Church probably, right? Church is the most Church is the most fitting here. Karasu, welcome back. Nice to see you again. Tipping 10 euros. Sorry, been a while. I've been watching the streams after. Thanks for all that you do. Thanks, man. Thank you, man. Nice to see you back.
Top of blue stairs as well, just looking to put some shots down into sight, and
I wonder actually how many people are there who actually like watch the VODs. Like it can't be that many. Thank you very much. It's kind of MIBR kind of mismatched here, like in terms of pace, right? Like they already got blue control, but they have nothing else. Should be fine though. They've got enough time. Just gotta play it slow in blue. Wait for the rest to do their stuff. Also, what I really like and what I think is like very underrated. With blue control, or if your attack is centered around blue, you always need kitchen edge open. Because like the biggest problem of blue control is these kind of feet holes here. And people are going to play like here, like behind this box, or behind like this box, or like somewhere else, right? All of those spots you can easily deny kitchen edge. And you can only play dirt, and then it's like easy to pinch. I think kitchen edge is very underrated in general.
They're not going to be losing Kamikaze as he guns his way through, ripping bullet to shreds, fighting fire with fire. Psycho coming out with a second as well. The MPX paying off as he hits the headshot.
Now suddenly this suddenly this kind of fell apart. This fell apart very quickly suddenly.
And having a large lead into the round with still 2 minutes of time. Now time is becoming the enemy. 2 of those Selma charges dropped onto the hatch to create an awful lot of noise and give an inkling to NIP that they're pushing through the hatch. When in reality, Souls has rotated.
I really like the bottom cash hold while playing Bandit, because it denies Sophia from going below and denying the Bandit trick. Yep, that's another very good part of why you should play bottom cash. Probably not that relevant on a gym defense, right? But the idea.
The peak has to come out soon. They get 2 frags. It's all on one man, Kamikaze, and he can't do it. He's been fragged out by Souls. The Grim
Early day 3 recap. Friday and Saturday. Oh wow. Big reinforcement pool video Sunday. 3 man now, so lots of time. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Is that actually a 7-0? Like that's crazy. I feel like it wasn't that like it was closer than a 7-0, right? Like they didn't get stomped. I mean, like obviously they kind of got stomped. But I feel like the rounds themselves weren't like that one-sided.
that is
like
the
right,
idea
like in
of the
their
round. I thought MIBR were capable of winning.
right, like
Absolutely. That's why I sold this as a big match.
wait, by the way, wait. This means that they won their attack. I didn't. Never mind. Maybe I should watch this round. Let me go back a second. I was like, wait, this round is over, right? Time to read chat. But this round wasn't over. What happens here? How does he get into blue into armory for free? Shouldn't he be killed from church now? Ow. Okay. Okay. Well, it certainly was an interesting experience. Like already seen a few things that we usually don't see in EU and NA. Certainly supports me in my decision to watch more LATAM in the future. I liked it. Alright, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new, and thanks for watching.